Hello, hello, and welcome to episode number 83 of The Great Reset. My name is Robert Brill, and I'm the CEO of Brill Media.co. We're an advertising firm that drives sales and leads with the tools and capabilities that are traditionally reserved for the Fortune 500 brands, the largest brands in the world. We're here 5 days a week talking about marketing and advertising for senior marketing executives, entrepreneurs, and everyone who is looking for an advantage to grow their company. Today we're talking about the logic for dynamic creative. And all of the setup we've talked about in the previous videos is powered by a logic that must be set up on the campaign to launch. So let's jump into how dynamic creative can be deployed. This is part one of the use cases, and because there's so many different use cases and logics to set up around dynamic creative, we're going to finish this series up about the logic of dynamic creative in the next 2 episodes. So let's jump right into how dynamic creative can be done. The first option is to tell a story with ad messages that are controlled by the frequency, order, and cadence that the ads are delivered to the consumer. So the core idea here is, and we've gotten this request many times, we want to tell a story with the ad impressions, and the very first ad impression that the user sees from this campaign or this story has to be a specific message. And message number 2 has to be the specific second message. And the third message the consumer sees has to be the exact third ad in the order. This gives the advertiser a way to tell a story using frequency. And a use case here might be a car dealership who is courting people who are in market for a specific car. The first impression, and let me actually take a step back, you might have research that says the most important thing for the consumer is cost, and the second most important thing that the consumer buys our car from is reliability. And let's say we want the consumer to see that exact order of messages. Well, there you go. The first impression the user sees tells the story about the cost. So because we know that the cost is the important thing that the consumer wants to see. And then the next most important message is about reliability. So ad impression number 2 will have a message about reliability. The third message is about airbags and safety. The fourth message is about steering. And if it's particularly important for you, the order that the ad is received, you can use dynamic creative to make this happen. And this really goes into the idea that, advertising and marketing is a storytelling medium, whether you're running video ads or you have a really interesting landing page or you just run ads in a particular order. At the end of the day, advertising and marketing is really about telling a story to a consumer and making them, in a lot of cases, the hero of the messages that they see. And this is one really great way of telling that story using dynamic creative. So number 2, the ad shows messages based on the geography of the user. And this is really great for retailers. By using a data feed and location analysis, ads can show to users based on where the nearest retailer is. This technology is used to show a map in the ad image and a distance between where the user is now and where the retailer is. This is also great for fast food as well. So let's say you're KFC or McDonald's or Burger King or a local restaurant. And let's say you have different locations all around the city, and an ad is delivered to a user, and you know where the user is based on the location attributes passed through the ad call. Now you can have a location destination. You can say, look, to the user, Burger King or McDonald's or Wendy's is half a mile from where you currently are right now. That's really powerful because it really breaks through all the clutter of messages that a consumer sees and says, look, I can go to McDonald's right now or Burger King or Wendy's. I can go there right now. It's only half a mile away, right? So you're actually getting the user to take action, or at least giving them more information and tools they need to take action. Number 3, show a different product to different people based on their data-driven interests. So let's say your audience are women 35 to 54. You can segment users who are to moms who are moms of toddlers, moms of teenagers, and moms who are employed, and then finally moms who are entrepreneurs. You have the ability to use data from a partner like Acxiom, Nielsen, Experian, and Oracle to identify the type of person you are targeting. You know from these data sets if the ad is going to be delivered to a mom who is a mom of a toddler, a mom of a teenager, a mom who is also working, or a mom who is an entrepreneur. If your ad is about to be delivered to a mom of a teenager, you then have the ability to show the ad with a mom and a teenager in the ad. So the core idea is, going back to an earlier video that we ran, you really want to mirror the messaging to the consumer. And with data-driven, contextual, and dynamic creative, when an ad goes to a mom of a teenager, you can show a mom and a teenager in the ad, and it is more likely to resonate. The ad message is more likely to resonate with the consumer. And if your ad is going to be delivered to a mom of a toddler, the imagery can show a mom holding a toddler. So very specific, very granular, and really ways to really hone in on who the consumer is, what their interests are, and make them the hero of the message. So in tomorrow's episode, we'll continue talking about dynamic creative use cases, including with opportunities for dynamic creative remarketing. Have a good day, everyone.